Good morning. I am so glad to be here with you today. We are going to be working our bodies head to toe. We're going to be walking out of here taller, stronger, and feeling ready for the day ahead of us. I'm Amy Jordan, if we didn't have a chance to officially meet, and I'm the founder of WundaCore. These are the products that you see on your mat. And WundaCore Pilates. We have locations across the country, and right now we are evolving into Pilates Addiction. So if you live close to the Grove, there is a studio 1 block from here, and you have a pass to come try class as my guest. So thank you for being here. I'm here to help and support you. So if something doesn't feel great, you can flag me down, you can shout out a question, and I'm happy to support you in real time. Are we ready to sweat? All right, let's do it. So we're going to start with a plank on our mat. So you're going to take these 2 blocks, and you want to have the curved side up. So you're going to set the curved side up onto your mat, and then you're going to have your feet about 4 inches apart parallel. Now, the way that we are going to support our wrists and engage our back and shoulders is by having our hands over the front curve. So it's like your fingers are draping down, and you should kind of snuggle onto that curve. So bring your fingertips even more forward than you think, yeah? And then we're going to step one leg at a back at a time, coming into your best plank. Lengthening and reaching, collarbones go super wide, and we can look straight down at the mat, lengthening all sides of your neck. And just really lift in between the shoulder blades. If you're feeling tension in your wrists, you probably need to slide your fingertips forward even more, and just let the curve of that block fill the palms. Can you feel that happening? Could you hold your plank forever because you got those blocks? I'm sorry, what I said was, can you hold that plank forever? Yeah. All right, beautiful. Here we go, guys. We are going to exhale, curl, round, lift your tush as your knee draws in. You can choose which side. And then lengthen, inhale, back out into your plank. Exhale, curl your spine, look back at your inner thigh, draw your knee in, and inhale, back out to plank. At your own pace, exhale, curling, rounding, drawing it in. Inhale, lengthen back out, and repeat, alternating sides, looking for length and space and broadness across your collarbones. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, send it out. 2 more like this, so we're going to even ourselves out. Hold it when you're even. Hold it when you're even. Holding and breathing. Last layer here. We're going to swivel the pelvis left to right. Start to wake up that waistline. Arms are long. If you want extra focus through the triceps, you can baby bend the elbows. Keep working. Swivel at the pelvis for 4. Last 3. You've got 2. Last one. Bring it back to center. And knees come down. Beautiful job, you guys. Are we woken up? We warmed up? Let's keep working. We're going to set 1 block aside, and we're going to use this block under the bottom of your shoulder blades. So it's going to go the wide way under the middle of your back. So it's right about here, and we're going to actually start with our elbows. Just to get it positioned, start with your elbows down, and then your knees are going to be bent. And we're going to bring our arms up straight away. And we're going to start with a little lift off of the block. So you don't have to leave it, but we want to find where we don't have any weight on it. And that's going to access the deep abdominals. So try not to rest on it. You're coming up and off of it. And then if you're looking for more, you can bring your right leg into tabletop. Gorgeous. And then if you're looking for more, you can bring both legs up into tabletop. If that's aggressive, 1 leg at a time is fine with me. So do what works in your skin. And then to layer on, last layer here. If it's accessible to you, we can unfurl, unwind, inhale, arms go long behind you, legs stay in tabletop. Exhale, pick up your head, round your spine, and peel just barely off the block. Good. Inhale as you unfurl, unwind, open your heart, open your shoulder blades, open your middle back. Exhale as we curl and lift. Good. If it's awful, well done. You're doing it exactly right. Think about those thigh bones sinking heavy into the pelvis and lots of flexion and extension in the spine. You got this, gang. If your head doesn't touch all the way down, that's fine. What it means is you need to take one of these blocks home with you and practice. Inhale as we go back. Exhale, bring it up. Head goes down as far as it can in your skin. Holding the next one in your shallow curl, hold and breathe. So we're touching the block, but we're not chilling on it. Are we enjoying? But you know what the cool part is? We have no neck tension. So we're going to inhale, reach the right leg. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, reach the left leg. Exhale, bring it back. So we're switching out side to side. Switching out side to side. Keep working on your end. As we work, we want to find that length and we want to find that reach. Good, beautiful. Hamstrings, extend the leg out. Inner thigh draws it back in with your belly. Good, beautiful. Inhale, reach, yes. Exhale, absorb it back in. So good. You know, it hurts less if you smile a little, just a little. Good, you guys. Here we go. 4. Stay in there. You can always put your elbows down for the last bit if we stay in it. Here we go for 3. You got 2. And last one. Exhale, come all the way up. Beautiful job, you guys. All right, we're going to use both blocks and our WundaCore. All right. So what we're going to do is come onto your hands and knees. But the block goes under your right hand, so you can face me. The block is going to go under your right hand. And if you didn't see it at the beginning, do you see how my hand is so far forward? Up here isn't going to feel great, so we want to have it super far forward. And then this is an option. This is going to make it pretty spicy, but this is an option. You can take the block upside down, so the curved side is down, and that will go under your left knee. So now I have my left knee on the flat side of the block, right hand on the curved side of the block. And then from here, I'm going to lengthen the right leg long. You can keep your right leg down as you bring the WundaCore under your left hand. Oh my God, that's a lot of toys on a Tuesday morning, yeah? So we've got our hand on the left hand on the WundaCore on the little valley of it. And then we've got our left knee on the rocking block and the right hand on the flat block. So good. Beautiful. All right. Are we just enjoying just chilling right here? Feels good. Yeah, feels good. All right, guys. From here, we are going to do a little push-up, and that right leg reaches up and back. But try not to rock the left leg. Now, if you tried one and you're like, yeah, that's not for me today, you can bring your left knee straight down onto the mat, okay? So it's up to you. Exhale down as you reach, lengthen. Think less about how high your leg goes and think more about how long your leg goes. Exhaling down and inhaling up. So this is Mars up here with me. Did you guys say, hey, Mars? I wonder if Mars is enjoying herself. Do you think? This is her first time working with me on a Fit Mod, and she's really enjoying it, I think. Holding and breathing. Hold in your push-up. Hold the right leg long. We're going to sweep it left to right. It doesn't have to be a lot, but you're crossing the midline of your body, and then we are lengthening out to the right. Keep working. So I know it gets wobbly on that block. You can adjust as needed and get back into it. Head is in line with your spine. Pubic bone is drawn up and in towards your low back. That's going to open up your low back. You have 4. You have 3. Breathing for it. There's 2. Yes. And last one. Bring your right knee down. Gorgeous. All right. Additional work with the blocks set up like this. We're going to keep our left knee where it is and bring your right foot onto the block. Woo, it's wobbly already. So I'm kind of like I'm about to propose to y'all. Will you be my Pilates client? Yeah? All right. So we've got options here, guys. You can have your WundaCore touching the ground while we get set up like this. And that's just going to keep you nice and stable. You have an option with your foot behind you. If it touches the ground, it's going to give you a little more balance support. Okay? So entirely up to you where we go from there. You can either take just your right arm up, or you can take both arms up and overhead. And then we're going to exhale as the WundaCore comes down and inhale as we bring it up. The focus is on mobilizing our shoulders and stabilizing with our core. Inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale as you bring it down with a focus on stretching the WundaCore wide. So see if you can kind of stretch it inside of your hands, opening up space across the collarbones, lengthening your spine, breathing as we work. As the hands come up, the shoulder blades glide down. Good. As the hands go down, the shoulder blades glide outbound over the ribs. Really beautiful. You got it. 2 more like this. Really stretch that WundaCore wide, as if you could make it a little bit wider. Hold and breathe at the spicy spot for you. Hold and breathe for 4. Hold and breathe for 3, for 2, and bring it all the way down. You can set it onto the ground and come off of your blocks. Beautiful job, you guys. We're now going to stand onto the curves of the WundaCore, and we're going to bring our loop with us. I brought you so many toys today. Isn't it fun? We're enjoying? All right, from here, guys, we are going to take the WundaCore on your mat and step your arches over the curves of your WundaCore. So it should feel like giving you lots of feedback through the arches, yeah? And then we're gonna take the loop, take your loop around your wrists like this. You can do it above or below watches and bracelets. It doesn't have to be exact, yeah? And then we're gonna hold at about a 90-degree bend and see if you can open your wrist to be in line with your elbows and your shoulders. It should have quite a bit of tension on it just in that little shift, yeah? And then we are gonna lower down into a squat. Your shins will kind of kiss onto the WundaCore, and that's okay because we want your knees gliding just in front of your ankles. Exhale on the way down and inhale on the way up. As we work, you can also add the arms coming up. That's an exhale, and then inhale, bring it back to start. You can see your hands in front of you. I bet you a nickel that they are wanting to tip in and make a little teepee. See if you can keep it more of a box shape. It is entirely up to you how high the arms lift. It doesn't have to be crazy high. We want to find that connection of the arches under our feet talking to our inner thighs, our pelvic floor, and our deep abdominals. Exhale down and inhale up. Hold this next one just a little bit down, just a tiny bit. Your shins are barely touching the WundaCore. We're going to stretch the right arm long, left arm holds quiet, and then we're going to bring it back through center. And then the left arm extends, and then we bring it back through center. Keep working on your side, so we're going to reach and extend and bring it back. So good. Finding lots of breath between your shoulder blades, lots of breath across the tops of your collarbones. So good, you guys. Getting into those triceps with a full extension. This looks awesome. Inhale as we extend and exhale as we bring it back. So good, you guys. Here we go for 2 more each side. Lengthen and reach. Poor Mars. Lengthen and reach. You're doing amazing. Keep it up, gang. Find the inner thighs connected to the arches of your feet. Hold it back where we started. We're going to come all the way upright with our torso, but keep your knees bent and your hips creased a little bit. And just see if you can connect the arches to the inner thighs, to your belly. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale. Bring it all the way up. Gorgeous. All right. We are going to use the loop and the resistance ring. Your blocks can just kind of slide out of the way. We're going to take the resistance ring around your calves. So it's going to go around the widest part of your calves. And then we're going to work on our grip strength, and we're going to support our neck as we go into a little abdominal set. So I'm holding it flat. It's now closed. I'm not inside of it. I'm holding it flat, and that's going to help us focus on our grip strength and support our neck, okay? Once you've got that, we're going to find our way down onto our back, slowly rolling down. Try to find the work even as we get it set up, rolling all the way down, and your knees are bent, feet are flat on your mat. We're going to take the loop behind the back side of your head. So now your head is off the mat, but it's kind of chilling. It's hanging out in your loop. So it should feel like a hammock. All right, here we go. We're going to exhale, pick up your legs into tabletop. Your spine is long and neutral. And as we tip the legs to the right, we are rotating the torso to the left. So it's like a corkscrew. And then bring it back through center, switching sides, legs tip to the left and torso rotates to the right. Try to keep your knees and your toes in alignment, sending energy out into the resistance ring you've got on your calves. So send energy out that's going to help your hips hold it in place with your belly, and it's going to improve mobility and improve condition and tone through your spine, through your abdominals, and opening up space in your low back. Keeping chin off of chest. Finding that energy connecting your head to the loop. So we've got lots of connection, lots of lift and reach, almost like your head could stretch through the Nike store behind you rather than chin to chest. Good. Opposite shoulder blade picks up as the legs tip. It doesn't have to be super far. You're doing great. Good. And then we're arcing to the other side and the torso rotates in opposition. Beautiful. And then we switch sides. Shoulder blade peels up and off the mat. Good. 2 more, guys. 2 more like this. These look awesome. Keep it up. Yes. Hold it through center, please. Hold it through center. And one time only, once you're even, hold that tabletop position. One time only from the back side of your legs rather than a knee kick. See if we can slowly unfold, extend, and reach the back side of the legs. And then flex the feet a lot. Energy out on the WundaCore. Hold and breathe. Head is off the mat to the best of your ability. Chin is off of chest. Find lots of length there. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. 6. Hold that WundaCore snugly in space. Here we go. 5. You got it. That's beautiful. Yes. 4. I like that shake. I like that shake. Flex those feet. Last 2. Was I counting? I forgot. And then exhale, bend those knees, bring it in. Spectacular work, my friends. All right, let's go ahead and do that single leg kneeling position on the other side. So that means we've got the left foot on the block like this and the right knee on the block like this. Might not be for you today. If not, right knee goes flat on the mat. You were like, oh, Pilates in the park. That sounds so lovely. You didn't do your research on me, that ain't my fault, okay? Okay? All right, left arch of foot goes right on top of the block ahead of you. And then we're going to take the right knee centered on the block with the curve down. If that feels like a good challenge, you can stay here and move a single arm like this. If you need to adjust your blocks, feel free to do so. And then if you feel like, I got it, then we're going to take the WundaCore in front of us. And just recenter yourself, find lots of inner thigh connection. Crown of your head is stretching to the sky. And then we're going to inhale as we lengthen up and exhale as we bring it down. Inhale as you lengthen, collarbones are wide. Exhale, bring it up. Thinking about the shoulder blades as the focus of our mobility here. And then thinking about the inner thighs and the belly stabilizing you. We have 2 more. Stretching the WundaCore wide the whole time, strongly imprinting the arch of your left foot down. Let's hold it where it's spicy for you. We're stretching the WundaCore. We're lifting the waistline both sides, sinking the left hip down for 3, for 2, and bring it all the way in. Gorgeous job, you guys. All right, we're going to go into another squat, bigger range of movement this time. So we're going to take our blocks wide in a turnout. It should be a little bit wider than your shoulders. If you're facing this way, they're probably going to be kind of off the mat a little bit, or you can turn to face the side. So you're going to come onto the curves of your blocks. We want to have the WundaCore in our hands, yeah? Once that's true, we're going to take our elbows wide, and we're going to kind of intention inbound on it. It's not going to change shape. It's very strong by design, but it has a little give to it. So see if you can find that connection. Make sure that your feet are right over the tops of those curves. You should feel lots of energy through the arches. And then we're going to crease at the hips, sitting bones broaden, exhale, and go nice and low for you. And then inhale, bring it up. You can open your feet wider if it's feeling crowded. You can turn to one side if you want to get more space. And just advocate for yourself, challenging your range of movement. That might not be crazy low, but do what's good for you. Exhale, creasing, sitting bones broaden, energy inbound on the WundaCore. Inhale, use your breath and the base of your pelvis narrowing to raise you. Exhaling, sinking down. Inhaling, bringing it up. So you'll notice here maybe a little more sincerely when we have it under both of our arches that that's going to help us access deep abdominals, pelvic floor, and inner thighs. Can you feel that lighting up through the hips? Good. All right, we're going to do a hold, and you're going to choose where you hold, okay? So you're going to do a hold next, low for you. In my own skin, I like to turn the WundaCore this way, and then I really just help myself hold a lot of connection by bringing my elbows inside. If that's low for you, then you stay a little bit higher and do what works for you, okay? We're just gonna hold. We have about 10 seconds. You got this. We can do anything for 10 seconds, yeah? Can you sink a little bit lower without just chilling? Make sure you're working. Beautiful. You got it. Here we go for 4. We're there already, guys. You just have 3. Where are you going? You got 2. And inhale, bring it all the way up. Beautiful work, everybody. When you think of me tomorrow, will you just like maybe say a nice prayer or something? Yeah? All right, guys. We're going to come on to one block, and we're going to go into a side plank with an arc. So that's the only tool we're going to use here. The block is really helpful for shoulders and for wrists, if that's normally not a great pose for you. You can also always choose to go onto your forearm if it feels aggressive, okay? So we're going to turn to face Nordstrom. And we're going to take your left hand onto the block, and then we're going to take our right leg out, left knee is down. So come onto your left hand. I'm going to demonstrate over here. Right hand, excuse me, sorry, I lied. Right hand, I lied. Right hand facing Nordstrom, and then right knee is down, left leg is long. Make sure again that you have your palm really snuggled over the curve. We're going to start with an arc. Inhale and reach, and exhale, come back to your diagonal. Inhale as we arc and reach, and exhale back to your diagonal. And if you'd like to add the left leg reaching as the left arm reaches, that's great. Just keep it hovered. So we're not going to set the left leg down anymore. And if that feels aggressive for you, you can keep your toe touching, or you can bend your left knee. So do what works for you in your own skin. Good. Really nice. Thinking about fanning those ribs rather than just the arm and the neck changing. Think about fanning your ribs and really opening and lengthening the rib basket. Yeah, that's exactly right. And bring it back. Good. 2 more like this, guys. 2 more like this. And I'm going to add one final layer of challenge to this move. So once we're back to diagonal, we're going to hold. And then if it is a good choice in your skin, we're going to bring the right leg forward. Now we're on 2 long legs, and it's a little lift and a little lower via the pelvis. So we're going to have our hips reach up and melt down. We're not dipping down. We're going from diagonal and up from there for 3, for 2, and bring it all the way down. Gorgeous. All right, you're going to lay on your backs. Your feet are this way. So lay down on your backs. Your feet are facing the Nike store. Keep that block. And we're going to place it under the base of our skull, going into a shallow curl, or the base of your neck, rather. It's going to look like this. So your feet are facing this direction. Your head is facing the fountain. Legs are super long in front of you. And you can let your heels touch and your toes turn out. Inhale, you're going to pick up the block in your head. Exhale, shallow rib curl. Maybe your shoulder blades pick up. Inhale, down, and exhale, pick up. Good. That shake means that we've given the weight of our head to our abdominals. Do you feel that quiver inside of your own skin? So again, like when we used the loop, let the weight of your head hang into that block. Gorgeous. The more connection we get of the hands holding it, the more we can give that weight away from our neck into our belly. Good, you guys. You can close your eyes. We're not doing anything super fancy here. We're just doing a shallow rib curl. Exhale, baby curl up. Inhale, unfurl. All right, guys, let's hold this next one up. Hold your head hovered. Allow the weight of your head to sink into your block. If it's accessible to you 3 times, we're going to extend and float the right leg up and bring it back down. One more time. Yeah, and now this is the last time. The thigh bone sinks in and bring it down. And then let's switch into the left side. So we're going to reach the left leg long and bring it down. Left leg extends and bring it down. Last one, you got it. And bring it all the way down. Beautiful. All right, let's flip over and take care of that side plank on the other side. You can like hum a song to yourself because our music has disappeared on us. So if anyone wants to sing, feel free. And we're going to take our left palm, for reals this time, the left palm. You're going to snuggle over that curve, trust that block. And then we're going to keep the left knee down to start with, right arm comes long. So we're going into a side bend. Yeah. And we're going to fan the top ribs. So that's really this focus. It's not about the arm reaching super far. It's about the ribs opening, finding mobility in your spine. Inhale, reach, and exhale, bring it back. Gorgeous, you guys. Think about lifting off of your wrist or your elbow. Give that work into your core, into your back, into your belly, into your left hip. See if you can lift the left inner thigh a little higher. And then if you'd like to, that right leg can hover and continue working. Same range of movement, but now our right leg is off of the mat. Or maybe it's just gently touching the mat rather than giving you any support, yeah? Beautiful. These look so nice. Focus a little more on the ribs and a little less on the arm itself. Good. We're going to hold this next one. Inhale, big deep inhale. Exhale. If it is accessible to you, not required, we're going to extend the left leg, going through that little lift and little lower. So it is a nice diagonal line and up. You got it. Good. Beautiful. Get the whole palm active, not just the heel of your hand. Here we go for 3. You got it, gang. Here we go for 2. We're on our backs with this block. Last one. Beautiful job. All right, guys, I need to be on my mat for this one. You're going to be on your backs, and we're going to use it the long way to help us find our low belly. Does anyone want to work their low belly? Nobody? Okay, half of you. Cool. The rest of you just come along for the ride. So we're going to take the block like this under your back. Lay all the way down on your back. And we're basically going to rock on this block, okay? So it's going to be under your pelvis, right at your low back. And you can keep your feet at like a bridge kind of a setup. You don't want the block on your spine. It's like at your waistband or below. And we're going to start with your pelvis rocking away from you. So it's going to kind of like glide towards your feet. And you should feel your low belly really active. It's a small range of movement. And what I'm after teaching you here, your arms can go up if you'd like to. What I'm after teaching you about right here is that if we find the proper connection to our bones, then we're going to access the deep muscles. So if you're intentionally sliding your pelvis under your thigh bones, you're going to feel your low belly below your navel really lighting up. Is that true? Give me a thumbs up if that's true, if you feel that happening. All right, gorgeous. From here, guys, if you want to take it up a notch, right leg comes into tabletop, and then softly curl the tailbone under you. So it's not about crunching, it's not about squishing and shortening. Keep that length. And let's go ahead and set that right leg down. Left leg comes up into tabletop, and roll the pelvis under you and bring it back. And you'll notice maybe on one side versus the other, it's harder to stay balanced through the middle. It's just good data for us to understand. And then if you'd like to take it all the way up, you can bring your legs, both legs, into tabletop and then roll and glide the pelvis. So the legs aren't really moving at all. It's really about the block and the pelvis mobilizing, and the legs are heavy into the pelvis, and the pelvis kind of rolls, rocks and rolls underneath there. When your legs are up, you probably have a little bit larger range of movement. Should feel pretty shaky and pretty challenging to balance. Here we go, 4. You've got 3. This is 2. Last one, hold it in the curl, hold and breathe for 5. Hold and breathe for 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way down. Beautiful job, you guys. We're going to take our resistance ring and we're going to take it into our hands. Stay on your backs. We're going to extend the left leg all the way long, and we're going to take the resistance ring around the arch of, or the ball of your right foot. So straight away we should feel a really nice stretch. And then we're going to take the left arm long, and then inhale, head picks up. Keep your right leg long. Exhale as we curl up slowly all the way up to a nice, beautiful diagonal. And then we inhale, lean. And then we exhale, rolling all the way down. So you get to choose how high you go, but it's an inhale to pick up your head and an exhale to lift up your spine. Hold. And see if you can find a lighter touch on the WundaCore. The more we hang on to it, the less challenge we'll feel. If you're looking for more challenge, hold on to it just a little, really lightly, rather than like holding on to it for dear life. We're going to hold this next one, hold this next one. Maybe your left leg hovers and reaches. Hold and breathe. Good. For 5. Can you flex your right foot a lot? Use that WundaCore to stretch space open through the backside of your body. For 3. For 2, going into bridges. And bring your feet down. Sit up just for a moment, because we're going to stand on the curves again, just like when we were on our feet earlier. Place it this way on your mat, and your arches go over the top of it. And that's going to be option 1. So we can all start with option 1. Arms go long at your sides, feet are flat, knees are bent and aligned with your big toe, second toe. Then we're going to inhale with a flat back, pick all the way up. Feet are heavy, melting over the WundaCore. Exhale, bring your hips back down, flat back. Inhale, lengthen, reach the knees away from the pelvis. Arms are super strong in your mat. And if you're looking for more, we can find more shoulder mobility on the way up. Arms reach up and allow them to glide so the backside of your hands touch the grass. And then we exhale. You can bring your arms just up to the sky as the pelvis comes down. Inhale, pick the pelvis up. Strong feet, arms reach long. Exhale, hips tap back down. If this is a good challenge for you, keep your feet right here. If you're looking for more, we're going to hold it up on the next one. You can keep working if you want to stay here. New challenge would be to take the right arch on top of your WundaCore and keep your arms back. Now just the pelvis is the leader of the action. So I have my right arch on top and my left arch below, lengthening the hips, reaching the fingertips away from the tailbone. Hold your hips up if you've chosen this single leg option. Both feet return to the mat on the bottom curves, and then the left foot steps on top of your WundaCore. Pause, flat back, exhale, crease at the hips, tailbone taps. Inhale, lengthen up and reach. At any point, your arms can return to your sides if that's going to give you additional support to help lift and lower. Just a few more here. Inhale, pick up, reach the knees away from you. Exhale, back down. You guys are looking so strong out there. Keep it up, keep it up. You got it, bring it up. Both feet return inside your WundaCore. Last challenge here. Remember the plank at the beginning of class. We're going to swivel our pelvis left to right just a little bit. Arms can be up, arms can be back behind you, arms can be at your sides, but make sure your feet are heavy. And we're doing little tiny swivels. Here we go for 4. Here we go for 3. Keep your knees quiet for 2. Last one, hold it through the middle. Get a little bit longer, a little bit higher for 5. Recruit your glutes for 4, 3, 2, set it all the way down. Beautiful. All right, guys, we're going to take that WundaCore around the ball of your left foot. Right leg is long on the mat. Right arm is long. First, just find a good stretch through the back side of your left leg. Breathe, and then we're going to inhale, pick up your head. Exhale, curling through the spine and peeling all the way up to your diagonal. Beautiful. Inhale, lean. And then exhale, curling down underneath you. Head goes all the way down and back. Inhale as you pick it up. And lengthen. Woo, that one's tricky for me on this side. Inhale, lean. Exhale, roll down. Keep working at your own pace. As we lengthen and reach, the less you hang on to the WundaCore, the lighter touch, the more challenge you're going to feel to your abdominals, to your belly, and you're going to find that reach and that extension and that length through the backside of your leg. Beautiful. Holding the next one about halfway, hold and breathe. Maybe we hover the right leg, maybe not. Good. And we use that WundaCore to draw your toes towards your little nose, holding and breathing for 5. Good. 4. Yes. 3. You got it. 2. And bring it all the way down. Gorgeous work, you guys. All right, last thing for today, and then we stretch. We're going to keep that WundaCore, but we're going to find the loop. So come onto your feet to finish strong here. Come onto your feet, and we're going to take our loop, and it's going to go above our knees. It's going to come up pretty high. And then once that's true, we are going to take the resistance ring behind our back. So it's going to look like this. This is your setup. And you want to be about as wide as your shoulders. So straight away you have some tension on that loop. Yeah? And we're opening the WundaCore. So I feel lots of action between the shoulder blades and across the collarbones. Yeah? So kind of try to stretch it out to the sides. And then once we've got that true, we're going to exhale as we go into a few shallow squats to start with. And then inhale, pick it up. And my challenge to you here is to think less about your knees. And think more about your ankles and your hips being best friends. So you want them to crease at the same rate of speed. So creasing at your ankles and your hips, and then your knees kind of follow along. It's not that they're ignored. It's not that they are not allowed to move. It's that they are getting the benefit and the power and the support of the hips and the ankles. Can you feel that happening? Where we've got the hips creasing, ankles creasing, and then the knees just kind of follow along. Good. We're going to hold this next one down, and I'm going to let you choose kind of where your range of movement is. Just keep your booty higher than your knees, even if you go lower. Arms go longer, and then we're going to peel the right heel off of the mat and set it back down. And think about your inner thigh spiraling into the outside of that mat. Not going like this, but it's kind of this internal experience in your skin. Try not to lift your hips or change your height. That's part of the trick. Keeping the knees aligned, big toe, second toe. We don't want to let them tip in or fall outbound. Last layer here. Let's bring the arms back in front of us. We're going to hold it in a 90-degree bend, almost like we have a little halo here. And then we're going to peel the right heel up. Peel up your right heel. This is the last thing, guys. And we want it in a quivery spot. So if you don't feel a shake, play around with where that heel height is till you feel that shake. We've got energy in on the WundaCore. And then without pitching forward or changing our height, we're going to pick up the left heel as well. If that's not for you, bring both feet flat to the mat and keep working. And now from the tops of your thigh bones, we're going to open that band a little bit and bring it back. So it doesn't have to be great big, okay? Doesn't have to be great big, little tiny open. And it's because the thigh bones are tipping in like a pair of chopsticks. If you gather the top part, then it opens the bottom part, yeah? Does anyone want sushi now? I do. A little sushi after this. I'll meet you there. Everyone breathing? Yeah, I see ponytails nodding. I like it. All right, guys, here we go. Can you get a little lower, down and back? Hold it where it's spiciest for you. Make sure all 10 toes are melting into the mat. Hold and breathe. Arms go long. 10. This is class. And 9 and 8 and 7. Good. A little bit lower. For 6, you've got this. 5, 4, 3, 2. Heels come down and bring it all the way up. We did it, friends. We're going to take off that loop. Beautiful work, everybody. Let's finish with a couple roll downs. We're going to take our feet over the arches one more time, over the curves of the WundaCore. So you guys, those loops are my gift to you. So this bit is for you to toss right into your bag and take home with you. And this is your homework. We have a table where we have our rings and mats and everything. Let's take our arms up and overhead. This is your homework. If you've got plantar fasciitis, if you wear shoes all day, / all of you, this is the best way to unwind your feet and or standing on those blocks. You know how we were standing on the blocks and it felt so nice under our feet? So bunions, plantar fasciitis, tight Achilles, go ahead and curl all the way back up. This is the homework that you can literally do while you're brushing your teeth. I stand on these while I'm brushing my teeth, and it helps to keep healthy feet and open feet. It's also going to help you with your balance because we have so many proprioceptors. That's a fancy way of saying like signals to our brain from the undersides of our feet. So it's really important to keep strong, healthy feet. We're going to open our hearts up to the sky. Think about your belly staying active, holding a grateful thought for this beautiful day and the work we got to do together. On your exhale, arms come strongly down to your sides. Give yourself a round of applause for all that hard work, my friends. Beautiful job.